I hate this. This metric conversion stuff gives me such a headache.
I told you I'd help you after we take a break. My mom said we can have cookies.
Chocolate chip, I hope.
Would you like some milk?
Duh. How can you dunk without milk?
Would you like white milk or chocolate?
Chocolate, please.
Quick, how many liters in a gallon?
Lots?
Not. About 3 3/4.
How do you know that?
I used to live in Canada, and they use the metric system there. Lots of other countries do, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're changing to it.
Do you know what I'm having trouble with? That show and tell we have to do for school.
Me too. I asked my dad, but he couldn't think of anything either.
My dad said I should talk about our fishing trip.
Boring. You know what I want to know? How they make this chocolate milk.
Well, I want to know how many chocolate chips they put into these cookies.
Hey, if you want to know about cookies,
and you want to know about milk,
we can do show and tell together.
Cool. We'll call it Milk and Cookies. Let's go to the dairy. I know someone there will help us.
Wow, look at all that chocolate milk.
I wonder how it's made.
It must take forever.
Hello, can I help you?
We hope so. We have to do a show and tell for school.
We wanted to talk about how milk is made.
How cookies are made.
Well, we don't make cookies here, although we do use them in our ice cream, but I can certainly help you with the milk end of things. What exactly do you need to know?
Everything.
Well, let's start with, do you know where milk comes from?
Of course.
Cows.
All right, well, why don't we do this? We have a dairy farm that's very close by. You could go out there and see the cows being milked. And then if you come back and see how we put the milk in the bottles, and I can give you a tour of the dairy.
Great.
Thanks.
Wow, they're big, aren't they?
They must eat a lot.
Hi, Hillary told me you guys were coming. So, what are you guys doing?
We came here to find out all about milk.
Well, I can show you guys how to milk a cow the old-fashioned way.
Great.
Let's go.
Okay, what I'm doing is washing all the dirt off the cow so she gets clean. And now I'm sterilizing her so that no bacteria gets in the milk. Three seconds after sterilizing, you gotta wipe the dip off with a napkin. And then you can start.
Doesn't it hurt them?
No, they're used to it.
Can I try?
No, it's safer for me to do it because the cow's used to me.
Have you raised this cow by yourself?
Yep.
Ever since she was born?
Yep.
Don't you get tired of doing that?
Yeah, after a while you do. Your fingers start hurting.
You don't milk all the cows like this. It would take forever.
Nope. Now we use modern machines to make it go a lot faster.
This farm has 48 cows. Every cow has to be milked twice a day, every day.
Every day? You mean like weekends and holidays too?
Every day of the year. And twice a day too. Once at 4 in the morning and again at 4 in the afternoon.
This milking machine uses suction to get the milk from the cow's udder.
We use suction when we drink from a straw.
It takes around 5 minutes to milk each cow.
And each cow produces about 6 gallons of milk. In the metric system, 6 gallons is almost 23 liters. milk comes out of the cow's udder. Up this tube, and into this pipe.
And the pipe carries the milk jar to the pump room. When this glass ball fills up, the milk in it gets pumped to this tank, where it's kept before it goes to the dairy.
Every other day, a truck takes the milk from the farm and delivers it to the dairy.
When this truck is full, it holds 3,600 gallons of milk. How many liters is that?
Let me put the numbers in my calculator. That's 16,400 liters of milk.
The milk goes from the farm
to the dairy.
The truck has milk from lots of different farms.
That person climbing on the truck, she's the dairy manager. She takes a sample of milk from every truck that comes in.
The milk has to be tested for antibiotics and drugs that might be in the milk.
Things that wouldn't be good for people to drink.
And it takes up exactly the right amount of milk.
After the tests are complete,
See that little tiny green and yellowy thing at the bottom? You have to get all the moisture off.
and she's sure everything is okay,
Watching it.
the milk is allowed to go into the dairy.
All the milk has to be pasteurized. It means the milk gets heated up.
To 79 degrees Celsius.
It's heated up to kill any bacteria that might be living in the milk.
After it's pasteurized, the milk gets stored in a big tank. This is what the tank looks like from the inside of the dairy. And here's what the tank looks like outside the dairy. These tanks are called silos.
And this silo holds 90,000 gallons of milk.
How many liters is that?
You have the calculator.
90,000 gallons equals 340,200 liters. You know what you could do with that much milk? You could fill the swimming pool, because the swimming pool holds 340,200 liters of water. And that is how much milk the silo holds.
Now the milk is ready to go. This driver takes the empty bottles off his truck and sends them into the dairy.
This dairy puts its milk in glass bottles. One reason is the bottles can be recycled and used over and over again.
They need to get washed before they get filled. Here they go.
See, the clean bottles come in over here. And they get filled with milk right here. The caps are put on here. And they go into the fridge here.
Hey, what about the chocolate milk?
In this dairy, chocolate milk starts with cold, low-fat milk. Then specially made chocolate powder is added, along with granulated sugar. After these ingredients are mixed together, the chocolate milk is pasteurized and put into storage tanks where it cools down before it is bottled. The milk is stored at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So what's that temperature on the Celsius scale?
Around 1 degree Celsius?
Right, you're catching on. The workers in the fridge stack the crates of bottles. And they also help the drivers get their orders together.
And the drivers deliver the milk to the store, and in some places, even to your house.
Wow, that was awesome.
And easy. But you think they'll let us into the bakery?
Just call them and tell them what it's for. I bet you they'll let us come.
I guess it can't hurt. Yeah, for show and tell. For a class at school. We wanted to know if we could come by, see how your cookies are made. We can? That's great. We'll be right over. My mother told me the basic ingredient of cookies is flour. At the bakery, the flour is delivered in trucks like this.
You know how much flour that truck can carry? 48,000 pounds.
And you know how many kilograms that is? 18,154.
I wondered where the calculator went.
Hey, what's that guy doing?
He's taking some flour to test for bugs and bacteria.
That's what the dairy manager did with the milk.
And what's that guy doing?
Sometimes the flour sticks to the walls of the truck, so the driver pounds the sides with a mallet to make sure it all falls to the bottom.
So the flour goes into this pipe and is pumped out of the truck and into the building.
Inside here, the flour is stored in these silos.
And they hold 100,000 pounds of flour.
That's the same as 45,630 kilograms, and that's a lot.
Flour can't go right into the mixer to make cookie dough. First it has to go through a sifter.
A sifter? What's a sifter do?
It gets rid of lumps in the flour. A flour sifter you use at home looks like this, and it works like this.
And in the cookie bakery, it looks like this. While the flour is sifting, workers put butter into the mixer. The mixer is where all the ingredients are blended.
Those blocks of butter weigh 25 kilograms each.
Wow, that's 68 pounds. They put 5 blocks into each batch of dough.
After all the butter is in, the sifted flour goes into the mixer.
The flour and sugar are measured and added by a machine. The other ingredients are measured and added by the bakery workers.
Look, they're putting in the chocolate chips. They're my favorite part of the cookie.
You know how many chocolate chips they mix in the batter? 975 pounds.
975 pounds? So how many kilograms is that?
442. But either way, that's a lot of chocolate chips.
Once all the ingredients are added, the mixer mushes them together for 3 minutes. Then the dough is ready to be shaped into cookies.
See that big glob of dough? That thing weighs 1,134 kilograms. That is heavy. But how heavy is it?
Well, this car weighs about 1,134 kilograms. So one batch of cookie dough weighs about the same as this car. The batter is dumped into a machine that cuts it into cookies.
The dough is forced through this tube, and at the bottom, a thin wire slices through it. And voila, there's a cookie. When you make cookies at home, you bake them on a cookie sheet. This cookie sheet holds about 12 cookies.
At the bakery, the cookie sheet is 690 feet long and holds thousands of cookies.
They call it an oven band because it is one continuous piece of metal that goes round and round.
And here the cookies go into the oven. This oven is 91 meters long.
Wow, that's 300 feet. What else is 300 feet long?
A football field is 100 yards long. That's 300 feet.
Can you believe it? The cookie oven's as long as a football field.
The cookies take 9 minutes to bake in this oven.
They sure look tasty.
This worker has to weigh and measure the cookies to make sure the machines are making them to proper size. The cookies travel up into the ceiling of the bakery to cool off before they are packed.
Little fans all along the belts cool them down. It takes 18 minutes for them to cool.
Now that they're cold, the cookies slide down from upstairs and get lined up for packaging.
This worker makes sure no broken cookies get into the packages.
This machine counts out the cookies and drops them into plastic trays.
This is our favorite part.
We call it the traffic jam. These workers make sure all the cookies are in the trays.
And this machine wraps the cookies up. Oh yeah, Ernie the elf came by and he gave us some cookies to take home.
He told us the bakery makes over 1 million cookies a day.
1 million cookies, and get this.
This is the Sears Tower. It's one of the world's tallest office buildings.
It's 445 meters high. And if you took all the cookies the bakery made in one day, stacked them up beside the Sears Tower,
you would have 8 stacks of cookies.
And that's a lot of cookies.
This machine uses suction to lift the packages and put them in the boxes. After the cookies are packed in the boxes and the boxes are sealed, they travel on conveyor belts to where they're stacked and wrapped.
That cart that's picking up the boxes, well, it's really a robot. In this part of the bakery, robots do all the work.
This one is taking the boxes of cookies to the shipping area.
The cookies are put on a truck and taken to a store near you.
This is going to be the greatest show and tell ever.
Nobody's gonna believe it.
Should we bring some milk and cookies for the class?
Nah, let's eat them all ourselves.